we got some good feedback. We're gonna try the blue bottle coffee today. My birthday gift, very nice. But my friend on the East Coast said I was doing it all wrong. So the perfect cup of coffee, according to the East Coaster, 24 grams of coffee beans and 330 milliliters of water. Beans are ground up, we're ready to rock. 330 milliliters. All right, thank you, Carrie, for the East Coast coffee tip. I'm gonna give it a try now. A little bit stronger than I would have made it. However, I need it. It's been a busy few weeks. This is the blue bottle coffee again. Stronger, not as good. So Carrie, my way is better. Perfect cup of coffee, number one, the best on Coffee Chats.
Dude, I gotta tell you, that last investor discussion we just did with that marketplace exchange in the ag industry. First of all, I didn't even know there was ag tech, but it stands to reason there would be.
Multi-billion-dollar.
Yeah. And who would have ever thought you could monetize fertilizer by leveraging a marketplace platform? Yeah, so crazy. You know, the one thing that strikes me though is I was sitting there and, you know, we're asking about how they do their pricing. And of course their pricing is based on taking a percentage of the revenue that comes through the marketplace.
Right.
Where, you know, we've got other portfolio companies that are just doing an annual subscription, right? And that's it, right? And
also the annual subscription plus the fee on each transaction.
Yeah,
there's many different ways to put it.
Yeah, and you know, I guess the question is, from your point of view, like, what do you think's the best way to go at figuring out how you're going to monetize your technology that you have, right? Be it a platform, be it a marketplace, be it an application.
Yeah, so obviously marketplaces, they're pretty much everyone will take a percentage of the transaction. Depending on how many seats, if it's going to be a seat referral from each company, like if you're going to have 100 people to get on each platform, that type of thing. Obviously, if you can get a subscription revenue tied into a piece of each transaction, then I think that's best.
Yeah. Or a variant.
Yeah.
And then I guess the question is, like, if you decide you're just going to do a subscription, you know, we've played around with some of the companies that we were working with, monthly, annual, quarterly. I don't know about you, I personally think you're better off having an annual model. And the reason I say that, for the entrepreneur, he's getting cash each quarter that he's adding new contracts.
Right.
And frankly, is almost using that new ARR subscription to finance their working capital.
Yeah, I mean, as on the company side, if you can get the annual payment up front or a 3 years annual payment at that, then oh my gosh, you're chef's kiss. But if you can collect that money on top, to your point, you have to raise less money, take on less dilution into your company. From the consumer side, if you're going to get a discount, then yeah, it'd be great to do that. Overall, you're going to be saving money. It's just if you can afford to make that lump sum payment at first.
So, and then I guess one question that comes to my mind, you know, if you decide to go annual, is how do you know what the right price is? I mean, do you try to go look at your competitors and be the lowest price guy?
Right. I don't think there's a set in stone way. I think the market will dictate that. Obviously, you're going to have something in mind, and it's most likely going to be wrong. The customer is going to give you feedback, or you're not going to get as many customers. Maybe you get all the customers in the world because it's too cheap, and then you find you can raise the price and still maintain your whole customer user base and not have any churn. So it's going to take many quarters to figure that out, to find where that sweet spot is.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, there's been thousands of books written on pricing, right?
Right.
And you know, you don't want to be the low end of the market. You don't want to be the upper end. And if you are the upper end, then the value equation has to be much higher. But You know, maybe what we ought to do for our audience, I know next week we're going to be interviewing one of our CEOs, but maybe we ought to get a pricing expert in from SaaS applications and interview them and ask some of these questions, because I'm not sure we know what we're doing. We're learning like everybody else in the marketplace.
We're with our portfolio companies being told by the consumer, basically, just reading the feedback.
Yeah, let's do it. Bam!